Hallo og hjertelig velkommen. Welcome back to Skyrim. Today we're joining the College of Winterhold, so let's head to the ruins of the old city. It's been a few weeks since I was able to record this last, and since then a lot of interesting games have come up. Like Clear Obscure, Blueprints, and I really want to play Blueprints, but I don't have time. Days Gone came out, I've at least started on that, but as was expected, Oblivion was released. Just shadow dropped out of nowhere. Well, maybe not out of nowhere. It was leaked over a month ago that it would release now, but I didn't believe that would happen until it happened. That's super exciting and I can't wait to play it. I haven't played Oblivion. I tried it, but it wasn't for me. It was after I played Skyrim, it felt really stiff and unresponsive. So I'm super excited to play the remaster. And we're in Winterhold.
Don't just walk away from me. Where do you think you're going?
To the inn for a drink, of course. Where else could I even go in this god's-forsaken town?
And what? You think that'll solve all your problems?
Probably not, but it's worth a try.
We'll get a dragon claw from you later. Right now we're heading to the college. Hello.
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry.
What is this place?
Oh, forgive me. Most who arrive here do so because they have heard of the college beforehand. This is the College of Winterhold, a safe haven for mages in Skyrim, a place of wisdom and arcane knowledge.
And I want to join. Why are you out there?
I am here to assist those seeking the wisdom of the college. And if, in the process, my presence helps to deter those who might seek to do harm, so be it. The more important question is, why are you here?
To join. May I enter the college?
Perhaps. But what is it you expect to find within?
I want to use the power of ice and fire to destroy any who oppose me. I desire to bend the will of those around me. I want to unravel the mysteries of Aetrus. I just want to see what it looks like inside. I want to unravel the mysteries of Aetrus.
Ah, the immortal plane. It is said to be the source of all magic. This is a noble goal, indeed.
Sure.
It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college?
You tell me.
Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill with magic.
Oh, I have plenty.
A small test, if you will.
I'll take your test then.
Excellent. The Flame Atronach is a vital companion for anyone relying on conjuration. Summoning one here would certainly show your skill.
Okay, I can do that.
I look forward to it.
Alright. Conjuration. Flame.
Winterhold's glory days may lie behind it, but the college lives on. Well done indeed.
Okay.
Well done indeed. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice.
Thank you.
I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me.
Lead on. Gatekeeper. And there it is, the college, in all its glory above a ruin. dangerous path. I'm sure this place is super safe for its students. Thank you! Don't freeze to death. This place is gorgeous. Hello.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reasoning behind the decision.
You may be used to the Empire bowing to your every whim, but I'm afraid you'll find the Thalnor received no such treatment here. You are a guest of the college, here at the pleasure of the Archmage. I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, of course. The Archmage has my thanks.
Very good. Then we're done here.
Tell more. They really are everywhere. Hello.
Welcome to the college.
Thank you. I was told to come see you.
Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes. I'll give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin?
I'd love to have a look around.
Wonderful. Please follow me, and don't wander off. The College of Winterhold has been a fixture in Skyrim for thousands of years. The prominent feature here is the Hall of the Elements. It's our primary location for lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings. The Arcanium is located above the hall, and the Archmage's quarters above that. While technically in charge of the college, the Archmage's responsibilities often keep him occupied. Thus, I run the day-to-day operations. Now, if you'll please follow me, I'll show you the living quarters. Unfortunately, we've had to implement more stringent entry procedures due to some problems with the local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence, but it never hurts to be prepared.
Fair. Nords don't exactly like magic. This place is so big. So cool.
Our newest members are housed here, in the Hall of Attainment. I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or delicate experiments.
Understood.
Now I'll show you to your quarters. You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly. This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be considerate of others. Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and study sessions.
Thank you. Cozy. Very cozy.
Initially, you'll be learning from Tolfdir, one of our most esteemed wizards.
And where are you headed? Huh? Ignore him. Let's just go.
Tolfdir is likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems, let one of our senior members know.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's go. Our first lecture. And here we are. First lecture and our fellow students.
Welcome, welcome. We were just beginning. Please, stay and listen. So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it, it can and will destroy you.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Of course, my dear, of course. You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability. That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control, mastery of magic. It takes years, if not decades, of practice and study.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Please, please. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster is inevitable.
But we've only just arrived here. You've no idea what any of us are capable of. Why not give us a chance to show you what we can do?
You've been quiet so far. What do you think we should do?
I think we should learn something practical.
Is that so?
See, she agrees with us too. Why don't you actually show us something?
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with the demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells?
I have a ward spell, but I've never really used it.
That's what this lesson is for. Perfect time to try it out.
Let's do it.
Now, if you'll just stand right over there, I'll cast a spell at you, and you block it with the ward. Here we go. Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell and keep it up.
Okay, will do.
You have to keep your ward up, or else this won't work.
My ward is up.
Over there, please, just opposite me.
I am.
Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Hold still.
There we go.
Excellent work.
Thank you.
Well, I think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards, please. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of the various applications of magic throughout history. The college has undertaken a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Saarthal nearby. It's an excellent learning opportunity. I suggest we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside. That's all for now. Thank you.
Oh, if only all lectures were this quick. Let's say hello to our fellow students then.
Before you even ask, yes, I have an ancestry steeped in magic, and no, I don't want to talk about it.
Fair.
Yes, I know Winterhold used to be full of my kind. And no, I don't care that they're all gone now.
Also fair.
Does that cover everything?
Sorry, what?
I've just been asked enough questions. I'm here to learn not to explain myself over and over. Forgive me. I didn't mean to assume.
Entirely understandable. Winterhold used to be full of dark elves.
Didn't you know?
Nope.
Before the Oblivion Crisis, many elves called Winterhold their home. More visited the college from Morrowind every year.
Winterhold used to
After,
be full of dark
growing
elves?
distrust of magic made life difficult for many. Some left rather than endure the growing hatred from the local Nords.
Fair.
Others returned home after the Red Year, when Vardenfell erupted and caused much destruction. Winterhold itself died in the years between then and now. What's left out there is a husk. Only the college really remains.
True, true. Do you like it here at the college?
So far. If only because no one is telling me how great I ought to be. I just want to learn. I don't want to think about what's expected of me.
Fair. Do you know anything about Saarthal?
Not really. Just that it's very, very old. It was one of the first cities of men in Tamriel, I think.
It was indeed. And then it was attacked by the snow elves.
Alright then.
Hello.
New here too, eh? I'd hoped I wouldn't be the only Nord, but I should have known better.
Yeah, sorry. Why aren't there many Nords at the college?
Magic is shunned by most. If it can't be swung over your head and used to crack skulls, most Nords want nothing to do with it. Magic is seen as something for elves and weaker races. No offense, of course. Well, look at the evidence. Nords generally don't trust magic, so it's not off to a good start. Throw in the Oblivion Crisis, which was caused by magic users, and the troubles now with the Aldmeri Dominion, who are elves and magic users. And finally, take the fact that the college is the only thing left standing after most of Winterhold was destroyed. It's all fairly damning.
You have a point there. Is it difficult being away from your family?
Not at all. I consider it a blessing. My family was convinced coming here was a death sentence, or worse. It took years of insisting that this is what I'm meant to do.
Fair, and good luck to you. See you at the ruin.
I'd better get going.
Hello, Gisardo.
Skyrim could not be more different from elsewhere. But magic is the same
College is a
no
bit of
matter where
an
you go.
oddity in Skyrim.
You are
Magic
new,
isn't something
yes?
that's looked upon
Have you
as
mastered
easy.
the expert level destruction spells yet?
I have indeed. I never get to tell him this. I don't usually put many points in the magic skill trees. Yes, I have.
You have? Already? Well, Jezargo is surprised. And pleased. There is a real competition here. This is good.
It is indeed. You seem excited to be here.
Oh yes. Jezargo hopes to find things that will make him a more powerful mage here. Hopefully small things that fit inside pockets and will not be noticed if they are missing.
Of course. Not everything's a competition, you know.
Oh, but you are wrong. The only reason you could disagree is because you are losing so badly you cannot see it.
Tell yourself that, that's fine. Why did you become a student at the college?
Mages in Cyrodiil are all about politics. The Synod and the College of Whispers are too busy guarding secrets to bother to teach. Skyrim was not Jezargo's first choice, but Winterhold is removed from politics, dedicated to study. This is the place for Jezargo to become great.
Fair. You seem very sure of yourself.
There is much for Jezargo to be sure of. There is skill in magic, there is charm, and there is a strong will. Jezargo will be successful. Of this there is no doubt.
Okay, see you at the ruins.
May you walk on warm sands.
See.
I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns are not among them.
Soon. Among some of the cut content for the college, there were a few quests about finding missing students who did dangerous things or tried spells they shouldn't have. The quests are gone, but you can still find some of them around the map. I'll be heading off to the ruins then. I'm sure I won't find anything
Are you quite
important.
sure we need to be speaking?
Huh? And here we are, the ruins of Saarthal. Now just an excavation site. And there's our teacher and one other student. Guess the others haven't arrived yet. Hello.
And here we all are. Shall we step inside?
Oh, okay. What's so important about this place?
We're particularly interested in the prevalence of magical seals placed on the tombs here. It's rather unlike anything we've encountered.
Oh, interesting. What are we looking for?
Anything. Anything at all that might be of interest. That's why I adore this location. We have no idea what we're going to find. And if along the way my message about the dangers of magic should happen to sink in for a few students, that would be a happy coincidence.
Take us to a dangerous ruin. That's great. Alright, I'm ready. Let's go.
Alright. Please stay close to me while we're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious.
I'm not so sure we should be here.
It will be fine.
As some of you may know, Saarthal was one of the earliest Nord settlements in Skyrim. It was also the largest. Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears, not much is known about what happened to Saarthal.
I find it hard to believe this excavation was approved.
Oh, calm down.
This is an exciting opportunity for us to be able to study such an early civilization and the magics they used.
This is better than sitting around talking about magic, don't you think?
Well, are there any questions before we begin?
Now what?
Well, are there any questions before we begin?
No, I think I've asked everything. I don't have any more questions. What would you like me to do?
Ah, yes. Well, why don't you see if you can assist Arniel Gain? He's one of our scholars, here working on cataloging our finds. I expect he'd appreciate some help in locating any additional magical artifacts here in the ruins. Any enchanted items will do. The usefulness of the enchantment is irrelevant. If you find anything, the class can look it over. Now let's see.
Alright,
What shall we have the rest of you do?
let's get
Berlin,
started
my
then.
dear, why don't you search for warding magics? Anything designed to
Nothing
keep
in
people
here.
out. Don't interact with them, just identify them. All right, everyone. Let's be careful, but have fun.
And you two just walked off. Of course. This place must have been great once. Huh. Hello.
Well, certainly none of this will benefit my research.
Tolf did send me to help you.
What? Ah, yes, you. I remember you. You're going to help? That's fine.
Have you met?
Just don't make a mess of my work. I've only looked through a portion of the section. You can look around in the chambers just north of here. Try and be careful, all right? We don't want to damage anything.
Will do. Okay.
Until next time.
Yes, yes. Enchanted ring. Enchanted ring. Another enchanted ring. Hello.
Please be careful here. The site isn't entirely secured.
No shit. This
Until
place
next
looks like it
time.
can fall on us at any time. Ancient amulet. Oh, well. Help.
What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right?
I'm trapped in here.
How in the world did that happen?
I pulled an amulet off the wall.
Really? Perhaps the amulet is important somehow. Is there some way you can use it?
Saarthal amulet.
Do you see that? Some kind of resonance. You and the wall. It must be connected to the amulet. I wonder, what effect might your spells have?
Well, that was explosive. You coming?
Well, this is highly unusual and very interesting.
It's just a secret passage. Oh. Hello.
Hold, mage, and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped. Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you. This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you. You, mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
Alright then. I guess you didn't see any of that.
I swear I felt something rather strange just then. What just happened?
Some sort of ghost or apparition appeared. It spoke to me.
I'm afraid I didn't see anything. Can you tell me more about what you saw?
It said something about danger ahead, And the Sijic Order.
The Sijic Order? Are you quite sure about that? That's very odd.
I'm telling you.
Danger ahead? Why,
That's
that
what I
doesn't
saw.
make any sense at all.
That's what he said.
The Sijics have no connection to these ruins, and no one's seen any of their order in a long time. Perhaps we should take a look inside these coffins. Now, please do be careful. Who knows what we're going to find?
Draugr, most likely. What's the Sijic Order?
They were a group of mages with a history that predates the Empire. Very powerful, very secretive. No one's seen them in well over 100 years. They vanished, along with their sanctuary on the Isle of Artaeum. I have no idea what connection they'd have to this place.
I'm sure we'll find out. Why is the Sijic Order contacting me?
I have no idea, but it's fascinating. Assuming it's true, of course. The Isle of Artaeum disappeared over 100 years ago, and no one has seen them since. And yet now, suddenly, they've chosen to contact you. Why, it's intriguing. If nothing else, I'd take it as a compliment. The Sijics have only ever dealt with those they feel worthy.
Okay.
All right then.
I'm ready. And here we go. You okay? Come on. There we go. Okay. Moving on. Wait for me.
This is simply fascinating.
And lots of skeletons. Great.
This is simply fascinating. This is simply fascinating.
I agree. Come on. Here we go again.
Is someone there? But I can put up a fight.
Anyone else? Huh.
I've never seen anything like this in Nordic ruins before. Why,
Coffins?
just look at all these coffins. This bears closer inspection. I'd like to stay a while and examine this.
Yeah.
You, however, should press on. See if you can find whatever this vision of yours mentioned. I've never seen anything like this in Nordic ruins before. Why, just look at all these coffins.
Yeah, it's insane.
Be prepared to defend yourself.
I think we're done here.
All right, then.
Yep. Huh. This is so fascinating. But what does it mean? What is this? Like this room specifically. And we're moving on. Into the city itself. Oh. Oh, there's definitely Draugr here. Anyone else? I'm assuming they have to match. Skyrim puzzle doors aren't exactly known for being overwhelmingly difficult. That was already correct. Okay. Moving swiftly along. Hello. All these poor dragon cult members. Thinking they'd just get eternal life and be resurrected with the dragons. And they end up like this. Alright, another hallway. More symbols. And more dragons. More dragon priests. And another puzzle door. Eagle. Fish. Okay, they all move, okay. Okay, whale, eagle, whale, snake, whale, okay. Okay, fine, great. We move on.
I thought it high time I caught
Hello.
up with you.
Real quick, old man. Oh, hello. Just what we're
Well
looking
now,
for.
Would you look at that? I never imagined we'd find something like this. Why is this buried so far within Saarthal?
I don't know. Maybe it's what the elves were after? Oh, hello.
Never should have come here.
Oh, we'll be fine. Except you're impervious to attack?
Nothing seems to work.
Yeah, I kinda figured.
Drain some of its power.
Do something, please.
There, now attack it.
Okay. Sorry, Eric. Golder amulet fragment. Oh, this quest. Writ of sealing. Be bound here, Yurik, murderer, betrayer, condemned by your crimes against realm and lord. May your name and your deeds be forgotten forever, and the charm which you bear be sealed by our ward. Looks like we have to find those fragments.
I'm not the only one seeing this, am I?
No.
Why, this is utterly unique.
It sure is. But what is it?
This is simply fascinating.
What is this thing?
I have no idea. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. The Archmage needs to be informed immediately. He needs to see this for himself. I don't dare leave this unattended. Can you return to the college and inform Savos Aran of this discovery? Please, hurry.
I will. Let's head back to the college then. Nice ward wall. Ice form. Nice. Nothing particularly interesting. Alright, here we are, the Archmage quarters. Hello, sir.
You are relatively new here, are you not? I have noticed you, but we have not spoken.
No, I'm a silent protagonist. No, sir.
Sir? How quaint. I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear?
Crystal clear. I need to speak to you about Saarthal.
Please don't tell me that another one of the apprentices has been incinerated. I have enough to deal with right now.
Not this time. We found some sort of orb. Tolfdir wanted you to see it.
I see. I trust that Tolfdir will provide a more specific explanation. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Tolfdir normally looks after your little group, yes? Since he's apparently occupied, and I will need to see this discovery for myself, I think perhaps you should begin researching the subject. Speak with Urag in the Arcanium. See if he's aware of anything that matches your discovery. And good work. The next time you find yourself exploring Nordic ruins, perhaps this will be helpful.
Thank you. I know how to cast Magic Light though. Dangerous research must be a problem here.
Not often, no. Some risks must be taken to be sure. I am simply trying to avoid untimely deaths. We also must make an effort to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us.
Yeah. What's the purpose of the college?
Purpose? I should think it's self-evident. Magic is a true power, not something to be shunned by commoners or treated as an amusing diversion by politicians. It shapes worlds, creates and destroys life. It deserves proper respect and study. The college is a place where we can focus on that, without the pressures of the world weighing down on us.
I agree. I'd like to know more about the college's history.
I've seen documents dating back to the late Second Era. Beyond that, it's hard to say. Events in the last several hundred years resulted in a significant loss of our history, I'm afraid.
What happened in the last few hundred years?
The Great Collapse, as it has come to be known. An unfortunate natural disaster that ravaged the area. The college fared far better than the city of Winterhold, but it was not left untouched.
What caused the Great Collapse?
No one is sure of the cause. Some believe the eruption of Red Mountain had far-reaching consequences that were only felt years later. I know there are some who have blamed the college, said that we were responsible. I assure you this is not the case.
Tell me more about the Great Collapse.
The Sea of Ghosts practically came alive. No one was expecting it. Monstrous waves battered the shore for weeks on end. Winterhold was ancient and weathered, but it couldn't withstand the sea's fury. Entire districts of the city were lost overnight. The waves receded in time, but the damage was irreversible. Most residents of Winterhold abandoned what was left of the city. The college survived, and so here we remain.
Have you ever met with the Sijic Order?
Personally? No, not I. One of their number used to advise the Archmage when I was but an apprentice here. But that was a great many years ago, before all the members of the Order were called back to the Isle of Artaeum, and it disappeared entirely.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave you to it. To the library! Hello.
You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance?
Yes, I do. I need to learn about something we found in Saarthal.
I know what you want. Word travels fast around here. Discovered some big mystery, huh? Well, you don't even need to ask. No, I don't have anything for you. Not anymore, anyway.
You don't have anything that can help?
I said not anymore. Orthorn stole a number of books when he ran off to Felglow Keep to join those summoners. Some kind of peace offering. I think one of those volumes may have had some relevant information. If you want them, You'll have to talk to Orthorn.
Yeah, I'll do that. Doesn't anyone care that Orthorn stole things from the college?
Not enough to bother with. Archmage Aaron's approach to these things is just to let them sort themselves out. Although now it looks like you'll be doing the sorting. Good luck with that.
Well, then it's a good thing that I'm gonna become the Archmage then. Who is this Orthorn?
He was an apprentice here at the college. Not very skilled, but got involved with a group of mages who took a liking to him. When they left, he took off after them. Stole supplies and books from the college. I suppose as a way to ingratiate himself.
Why are these mages in Felglow Keep?
Let's just call it a difference of opinion with the college. They were interested in research that goes outside the bounds of what the college allows, so they were persuaded to leave.
Uh-huh. You take your work very seriously.
Of course I do. If I didn't, most of these books would have been burned to ashes or dissolved to nothing before the Third Era. Mages need to be reminded to be careful around research materials.
This is quite an impressive library.
A mage is only as good as what he knows. I try to make sure as much knowledge is available as possible. We've been keeping this collection since the Second Era. Books have come and gone during that time, but it's mostly intact.
Okay, I'll be off then.
All right then.
I'll get your book back. Hello.
You there. I have questions for you.
I'm sure.
You were in Saarthal, yes? It has come to my attention that something was found there.
Yeah. Maybe.
I know full well that you have. Please do not insult my intelligence. Tolfdir is still there now, is he? I shall expect a full report when he returns.
How do you know anything about this?
It is my job to know these things. My role as advisor to the Archmage is aided by knowing everything that transpires here. Thank you for your help. You may go now.
Asshole. You know, we're here. Let's start Forbidden Legend. Lost Legends. Lost Legend of Skyrim. By Talskar the Elder, Archivist of Winterhold. The history of Skyrim is vast, predating even the most ancient records of man and mer. Much has been lost, fallen to the ravages of war or the turning of the ages, but nothing is ever truly forgotten. Where no records exist, legends and folktales offer a key to the past, a way to piece together truths half remembered in the minds of men. Okay, the Pale Lady, Red Eagle. Here we go, Forbidden Legend. With some tales far harder to analyze. Among scholars, perhaps the best known is the forbidden legend of the Archmage Goldur. In the dawning days of the First Era, the story goes there lived a powerful wizard by the name of Goldur. Wise and just, he was well known in the court of King Harald and the Jarls of Skyrim, and his aid and counsel were sought by man and mer alike. And then he was murdered. Some say one of his sons killed him, others that King Harald, jealous of his power, gave the order. But Goldur's 3 sons fled into the night, pursued by a company of Harald's best warriors and the Lord Geirmund, the king's personal battle mage. A great chase ensued, from the wilds of the Reach to the glacial north. One brother is said to have perished in the ruins of Holguntur, at the foot of Solitude. The others were run to ground soon thereafter, and once it was done, King Harald ordered every record of their murders destroyed, and Goldur's name and deeds were struck from the rolls of history. Even today few sources remain, and no bard will tell the tale. But perhaps the truth yet remains in some ancient ruin, waiting to be unearthed, for nothing is ever truly forgotten. Okay. Let's head to this ruins then. Okay, Holguntur. Let's see here. A journal. Dane's Valence Journal. 18th of Morningstar 4E201. How long has it been since I first heard the Goldur legend? 80 years? 100? I can't think of nothing else now. My goal is at hand. After years of searching, I finally traced the ivory claw to a collection in Bravil. His death was necessary, but I have it. Last I have it. 22nd of Morningstar 4E201. 3 days of non-stop riding. I reached Anvil ahead of my pursuers, and took passage in the Ice Runner bound for Solitude once more. 29th of Morning Star 4E201. The other passengers are becoming suspicious. Returning from dinner, I caught one brute rooting around in my quarters. He almost found a claw. Had the captain not intervened, I would have flayed him alive. I hoped to spend this voyage sequestered in my room, reviewing my notes and preparing spells, but I need to deflect some attention from myself. I'll have to mingle, pretend to be just another pretty mage. For now. 2nd of Sun's Dawn 4E201. Brute claims to be an adventurer, off to seek his fortune in the ruins of Skyrim with his companion. Perhaps I can turn this to my advantage. Use them as fodder for the traps and Draugr within the tombs. I can see the greed in his eyes. Yes, that should work. 3 weeks of solitude, the captain says. If I have to suffer these fools longer than that, I'll swim. 27th of Sun's Dawn 4E201. With the brute and his companions in tow, I led our band across the marshes to Folgendur, where we made camp for the night. Little has changed since my first expedition 10 years ago. But this time I have the claw, and I will have the amulet. I spent all night preparing a synopsis of my notes, in case some fragment of the tale or piece of ancient lore may be needed to bypass the wards within the tomb. Then I cast all my books and scrolls into the fire, and reduced my life's work to ashes. At long last, today is the day of reckoning. If I cannot have the amulet, no one will. Obsessive. Well, let's go find out what happened to this guy and his victims. Well, off to a great start. Sorry about that. More of them. And that's how far you came. Sorry, Velen. I have read Dragonclaw. Notes. How to summarize a lifetime of research. So little of what I have learned matters now. The petty politics of ancient times. The age-long campaign to wipe out all mention of the Golder name. I know now what awaits us within Folgentur, so here then is the truth of the tale, as best as I have been able to piece together. In the opening days of the First Era, the Archmage Golder was revered throughout the North. Wisdom, wealth, honor and power were his, and even Ysgramor's heirs sought his counsel. Smothered by his shadow, Golder's 3 sons grew cruel and resentful. They lusted after their father's power and prestige, and eventually Yurik, the eldest, discovered its source. A mysterious amulet, from which he never parted. Together they conspired to murder their father in his sleep and divide this amulet between them. And so it was done. Consumed by their newfound power, the brothers laid waste to the surrounding villages. So great was the carnage that the High King himself intervened, sending a company of battle mages led by the Archmage Germund to subdue the brothers. And after the devastating battle, the 3 fled the field. Mikrul, the youngest, was run to ground in Folgentur, the ancient barrows at the foot of Solitude. And though he fought for 3 days and nights, he was at last overcome and entombed here in his crypt sealed by the ivory claw. Geirmund pursued Yurik to the shattered crypts of Saarthal, half buried even then. The veteran wizards fell before Yurik's elemental magic, but he could not overcome them altogether. He too fell and was sealed within the ruined city. And at last Sigdis was cornered in the southern reaches of Skyrim. He challenged Lord Geirmund to a duel, knowing his foe was honor-bound to accept. They clashed in battle, matched strength for strength, and fell together on the field before Iverstone. The High King ordered a tomb built for Geirmund on the lake, which still bears his name, and has Sigdis sealed within, forever guarded by the one who slew him. Golder himself was interred in a cave not far from where his tower once stood, in the place called Reachwater Rock. And when it was done, King Harald issued an edict. The name and deeds of Golder and his sons were to be expunged from every record, every chronicle. Under pain of that, no word of them was to be spoken, lest anyone tried to recover the amulet that had been sealed at so great a cost. And so it was done, but a little survived the ages. Enough. 4,000 years have passed, and tombs remain sealed. The fragments of the Golder amulet lie within. Since the day I first heard the rumor, I have felt its power, calling to me, pulling at me. I will be the one to reclaim it, restore it, bear it out into the world once more. I must have it. I must. And then you died for it. I hope it was worth it. Alright. Ooh, fancy. So you have an army? Thank you. Calder's Blackblade. Another writ of sealing. Be bound here, Mikrull, murderer, betrayer, condemned by your crimes against realm and lord. May your name and your deeds be forgotten forever, and the charm which you bear be sealed by your ward. Okay. 2 down, 1 to go. Another word wall. Frost breath. Alright, final destination. Skyrim's hall discovered. I guess we jump. Whoop. More puzzles. Ah, here's the solution, okay. That's correct, let's go. Archmage Geirmund. Geirmund's epitaph. Lord Geirmund, Archmage of Windhelm, Lord Battlemage to King Harald. Magus, keep thy vigil eternal. Serve now in death as you did in life. By these seals a realm preserve. From traitors three and their charm of strife. I'll take that. Sorry about this. Hey, so sorry this video ended a little bit abruptly. I had a lot of issues with my capture card this week, so I was not able to record the end of the video. I was gonna finish the quest and retrieve the books for the librarian, but I just didn't have time. I'm sorry. So I'll finish that next week. Again, I'm sorry it's so abrupt. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Ha det!